Good morning, beautiful people. It's Aisha B here on the Weekend Show, and we are now on entertainment. I am super excited for us to meet a designer, an artist, and trust me, he's unique, he's special as well. I'm excited to find out more about how he does what he does. Good morning, Alfa Abdulkadir.
Ah, hello, good morning. Thank you for the very kind introduction. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing today?
Very good, very good. Thank you.
Beautiful. All
Yeah.
right, I'm super excited about what you do, how you do it. And I'm sure the viewers too want to know what exactly inspires you when it comes to your art. Because when I said artist, now we'll have different pieces of yours shown on the screen soon, and I want them to know that it's not a usual type of art. It's something that you call what? What do you call your work of art?
I feel like my art is like a mixture of both design and art. I come from a design and engineering background, so that influences my art a lot. And that's why you see these unique elements in my art. But yeah, I've always been inspired by art and design, and I'm trying to create something new out of it.
I like how you said trying. The
Yeah.
humbleness in you is lovely because for me, what I see with your art is something very spectacular. And, you know, I see the pieces and something you usually see in museums, just like your, you know, art exhibition that's currently ongoing right now in Abuja at Windsor Gallery.
Yeah.
And for me, I want to just, you know what brings about those colors that you put together. There's pink, there's brown, there's black, you know. How does it work for you?
Actually, funny enough, it's mainly two colors. So it's black and red. It's just that the red has like a pink hue. The black is kind of to swallow all color and to emphasize the red. For me, red is very important. It kind of signifies vitality, life, and things. So I always try to emphasize that in my current work, that color specifically. And yeah, that's.
So, are you, when it comes to your work, is it an emotional connection? Is it something that has to do with a physique? What exactly does it that brings out an expression in your work of art?
So this particular body of work showing at Windsor Gallery at the moment, it comes from an internal place. It comes from basically a lot of things that I have experienced, and I believe a lot of people in their young adulthood have experienced throughout their life. So it explores themes like loneliness, responsibility,
Loneliness.
yeah, and a lot of things like that. And it culminates in the realization that one of the most important things in life is actually true connection with your family, with your friends, with a loved one. And yeah, it's a very, how will I put it? It's a very,
Can we say complicated, complex, but deep? Does that make sense?
more or less, yes. It's like almost therapeutic in a sense, like explores these things that we struggle with in life and gives a resolution to it in an artistic
In an artistic way.
yes.
Lovely. So right now, the current exhibition going on at Windsor Gallery in Abuja is titled, you've titled it Beneath Skin.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that because
The title.
Yeah, that's why I said complex and deep because when I saw that title, I'm like, yeah, this guy is deep.
Well, the title Beneath Skin comes from the fact that these things I was exploring were things I was feeling, but I didn't really necessarily have anyone to express them to. Or so for me, it was things that a lot of people go through, but unless you're really close to someone, you wouldn't really talk about them. So that's why I said title Beneath the Skin, because these are things that exist with us, but we don't show it. So it's beneath the skin, if that makes sense. I hope it does.
No, it does make sense because it's even relatable, to be honest, because I have some emotions that I've yet to express, and I believe when I should go to your exhibition, I should feel a certain type of way. Is that the idea? But what if I'm there by myself? How do I begin to process these emotions?
Well, because of my design background, I have a lot of skills in the creative field. So I've also created a narrative animation that explains the whole exhibition. So if I'm not there, there's an animation playing in the gallery that explains the whole thing for viewers.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So now that you've mentioned, or we've spoken before now, that the exhibition started back in April 7th and it ends May 5th or 10th?
No, it started April 5th and it ends May 10th.
May 10th, which is in a few days soon.
Yeah.
So what has been some viewers' discretions, or like, will I say some expressions from your, those that have come to look at your art? What comments have you received so far? Something surprising, or is it expected?
Well, for a lot of people, it's refreshing. I don't want to toot my own horn, but for a lot of people, it's refreshing and they haven't seen anything like it before. They feel that it's very unique and fresh and something different from what they're used to. Because a lot of these people are frequent viewers of and enjoyers of art, they're collectors, they go around and visit different galleries. So for them, it was very fresh, it was something completely new that they haven't seen before. So I was very happy about that. And it meant a lot to me that, yeah, I was doing something different and unique in the art field.
Which I agree with you on that, honestly.
Yeah.
I love how unique your work is. But I must ask the important question. I know viewers want to know, how can you afford these materials? How challenging is that for you? Once you want to put together a piece, what first comes to mind, you know, especially the financial aspect?
Well, and for me, it's even more difficult because I work with all these elements with wood and I have to build all these things.
Okay, so it's real wood. It's not like the artificial wood that...
Well, part of it is, some of it is MDF wood, which is kind of cheaper. But for example, the masks are all millennia wood, which is more expensive. But yeah, I have 3 other jobs on the side. So I use that to finance my artist career for now. And hopefully in the future, we pray.
Wow, talk about a hustler. You said 3 other jobs.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So how much are these pieces though? Now that you're talking about it, so it means that it's not yet the one paying off, you're not getting profit yet from the art, or you've had some instances?
Because this is my first ever exhibition and collection of work. So I'm basically just starting as an artist.
I never could have guessed that, honestly. You know, looking at your background from the United Kingdom and you've been able to, I just felt like maybe that's where you started the storyline.
No, I studied in the United Kingdom as an engineer, actually, so it's completely different. And then I moved to Milan to do my master's as a product designer and worked there for a couple of years.
You said Milan, like the, you know, Milan, the movie, that Milan?
No, like Italy, Italy, Milan, Italy.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and I moved there, I did a master's there in product design, and I worked there as a product designer, but I was more on the technical side, and that influenced my art now a little bit. But yeah, sorry, I got.
Yeah, we just kind of. I love that the fact that you're so invested in what you do. I can see the passion, the grace, and it's beautiful having you on the weekend show to share your experiences with us, and of course to make sure people go ahead and see your work at the Windsor Gallery in Abuja.
Yes.
Just a few days left.
Yeah,
please do. Just
yeah.
a few days, and it is free. Most importantly, you can go and have a look at Alfa Abdulkadir's art free in Abuja at Windsor Gallery. When will you be there so they can also meet you? Is there any period that you're looking at being there?
Well, usually at Windsor Gallery we have like a closing event. So towards the end, just keep in touch with their Instagram or my Instagram. We'll probably post something. And when we're having this closing event, there's another period where you can come and see me and actually have a conversation with me and everyone else on the team. But yeah, just keep an eye out on the Windsor Gallery page.
Fantastic.
And yeah.
All right, that's a fine place to leave it. Thank you, Alfa Abdulkadir, for being here this
Aisha.
morning, for sharing your piece with us. I'm super excited. I will be at Windsor Gallery, probably let's say on a Monday. I hope I will be able to see you there. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right, that's all we have for your entertainment on the weekend show. Follow me at Aisha B at Instagram at Aisha B and also on X. See you soon. Stay tuned to the weekend show.
I feel like art has the potential to challenge like societal perceptions and narratives. But I think that's where it ends. Like it has the potential to challenge these things, but art can't change societal perceptions and narrative. That, at the end of the day, is up to the individual. So to me, art can act as like like a catalyst or an impetus, but the vehicle for change is, at the end of the day, up to the individual and society. And to me, that's more than enough for art. I don't think it needs to do more than that. I don't know, I feel uncomfortable calling myself an artist. I feel like I still have to do more. But I guess, to answer your question, I'm a designer who is trying to become an artist. I would say I've been sketching since I was a child. Like I always had ideas and like stories I used to think of. And then right from when I was a child, I would draw like comics of these ideas and these stories and stuff like this, all throughout adulthood. I always used to sketch. Becoming an artist and taking it a bit more seriously only started like the beginning of last year, beginning of 2024. That's when I really delved into trying to create something for lack of a better term, artistic and meaningful. Beneath skin, it's like, it comes from a metaphysical place. So it's talking about things like emotions, thoughts, ideas, experiences. So things are not very tangible, that people kind of keep within, like they don't put out in the surface, like experiences and things that people have been through that they don't really talk about. And it's kind of bringing these ideas and these things into a physical space in an artistic way. So that's where the title comes from, Beneath Skin. So what is like under the skin? The Beneath Skin collection is divided into two series. There's the Beneath Skin series, which are basically, how will I put it, the works in ink enclosed in wood. And then there's the Organizing Principle series, which are the masks, sculptural masks made from natural wood. 3 words. I would say definitely introspection, identity, maybe finally connection. I want people to come and enjoy it. I want people to take something from it. I want people to reflect on their lives, basically. That's the simple answer. And the life they intend to lead. My name is Alfa Abdulkadir. My exhibition, Beneath Skin, opens 5th of April till the 10th of May at Windsor Gallery, Abuja.